Hi, everyone. Welcome to Clutch Entertainment today. And today we're going to be talking about what it takes to make a good habit and how to stick with the habit and what you can do to, get that habit together and routine. A lot of us have different habits and they could be good, they could be bad. And a lot of times when we have bad habits, they're easier to do because anything that's easy is a lot harder to get overcome. A good habit takes a lot of work, and a good habit takes things where you're trying to strive for goals, you're trying to strive for different things, and they don't always work out. So I would say the big thing is, as far as focusing on habits, we're starting off here with a good routine. So having a good routine is pretty much a staple in how you're going to have a good habit in the first place. So habits build routine. So for example, you want to wake up in the morning at a certain time every day, and then you want to brush your teeth or either brush your teeth or eat breakfast or start reading something, go for a walk. Like there's a number of different things you can do to get your day started and such. Now, if you're trying to just target a specific habit in general, I would look at all the bad habits you may have. Like some people struggle with smoking, some people struggle with anger issues, some people struggle with sadness, anxiety, depression, some people struggle with like an injury or something, a nagging injury, and they end up overextending their muscles when they should be resting them and such. So like there's a number of different things you got to look at and factors that go into these things. So if you're a sick person, you want to build a habit of trying to be healthier and to eat healthier and to overall exercise more. So what you have to do is you first and second thing is probably to set a goal. And setting a goal gives you the chance to look at what you're doing in your life and analyze, oh, this is what I need to change, this is what I need to do, because we all have to change things in our lives because nobody's perfect. And when we change things in our lives, they are typically for the better. A lot of times when we don't change, like we're stuck in that same mode where we're just keep going, 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 and then it can affect our productivity and then it hurts us in the long run. So when you want to do like a new habit or you want to do a new goal, make sure you set the standard so it's something that's achievable. You can do some like a mini goal and then like build up to a maximum goal. But for example, like say you start an exercise program and you want to work hard, set it at the lowest possible. Like say you want to start squatting or deadlifting, set it at like 40 pounds or 30 pounds, do like 3 sets of 10, and then after that you can just build up slowly. You can take your time, you can do it every 2 weeks, you can whatever you feel could be a good goal for you, you can just move over time. So I'll give you some examples of some habits that I have and see if they end up helping you. So one of the first things I do every day is I wake up. On a work day, I'll just go right to work. On like a weekend, I'll tend to do whatever I'm supposed to be doing that day, or I'll start, doing laundry, or I'll eat breakfast. And then secondly, like after that, I'll take my vitamin D. I like to take vitamin D every day because everyone doesn't get enough sun. So I like to do that, and then I also like to eat my lunch around like noon or 1, and then make sure I go for a walk at some point, like late morning or early afternoon. And then in the afternoons, I typically like to, on work days, I like to take a break. And then I also like to, go get my mail and get back to work. Or on like a weekend, I'll just finish up my laundry or anything like cleaning around the house and such like that. And then like when it gets to like evening time, typically I like to do my exercise. I like to work out 3 times a week, and I like to, run all my errands, if I have some errands after work after 5 p.m. And then I also like to just, settle down in the evening, or if I have an event I have to go to, I'll go to the event, or if I am doing something else, like I need to call somebody, or if I need to text somebody, like I'll reach out to them. But there's a number of different things that, we can figure out what we can do. But having that established routine, like I was talking about, and having those goals help you in the long run to have a good habit in general. I would say another way to build a good habit would be to counseling. If you can, like, I would say, like, any kind of like therapist or anyone along those lines of someone who can, give you advice, or someone who can, help build your character in general. You don't have to have like any kind of like mental health disorder to go see a therapist. You can just have like time, set alone some time, and set it with this therapist. Or if you can find some way, maybe through your work or something like that. Or if you can't afford therapy, you can always reach out to somebody that or someone that you trust, and someone who's like a mentor to you, and you can reach out to them, and maybe they can end up helping you also. So those are a number of different things for like counseling, and they'll help you like reach your goals, or help you hold you accountable, or help you to like build that habit in general. Advice, and that's kind of similar to getting some kind of counseling or therapy, but advice would be like just like a general question to somebody, like, hey, what do you do to overcome this, or what do you like to read to look at this, or what video do you watch to accomplish this new habit. And those ways will help them empathize with you, and help you to realize, oh, like, that's how you do it. Okay, that makes sense. And then another thing you can try is like watching like some kind of motivational video, or watching some kind of like a tutorial on how to do it. Or there's just a number of different things you can watch, and resources out there. There's also books you can look at, and there's like do-it-yourself stuff, and all these different things contribute to how you build the habit in general. And if you can focus on doing these things, they'll help motivate you also. Like, motivation is a key thing for habits. You just got to keep repeating it. So I think I've heard that the average time to build a habit, I think, is like 10 days, if I'm not mistaken. So repetition, like every day doing things at the same time, and doing things like at a certain point, like during every week, that builds the most consistency in how you're trying to, get your habit in general to where you need to be. And having bad habits, the way to reverse bad habits is to focus on, things that you can do to, overcome those habits. So like, say you're a chronic smoker. I would say the best thing to do would be to look for some kind of like, guidance, like with a counselor, to help you quit, or also, doing some like light exercise, like going for walks, or, getting some kind of help with like stress or anxiety in general, or help with addiction in general. So any of those things, like there's a number of different factors you can do. And I would say also, if there's any point with any of these things that you're like, oh, I can't do that, it's just too hard, like to break like a bad habit in general, I would say like find someone who can help you do it with you. Like, there's a ton of different people that experience the same kind of issue as you. And if you can find someone who has a similar issue as you, or someone who can, give you some kind of advice because they've been through it before, and like empathize with you, that gives you a huge advantage over someone else, and that'll do it themselves. Because a lot of times it takes a lot of motivation to do things, and doing things with yourself compared to doing things with others is a lot easier to do it with someone else. And if you can do it with someone else, and you can handle it with someone else that has been through it, or who just wants to help you in general, like that will give you all kinds of motivation, all kinds of ways to strive for that goal, and ways to, focus on making that habit work. And I would say the next thing would be to commit to what you're doing. Like, tell yourself, like, I'm going to do this, give yourself a mantra, like I can do this. If I do this, I will reward myself in some way. Like, set like a little monetary goal, even with like money, like I'll put $20 towards, going to my favorite concert if I accomplish this goal. or I'll put, like $10 towards a dessert that I want, like I wouldn't say go overboard. Like I'll get like 10 desserts if I accomplish this goal, like something like that. That wouldn't be very, very good, because, you don't want to overeat or anything like that. Like that wouldn't be good. But like, I'm just giving you like minor examples here. Like you just want to give yourself a little motivation and give yourself a little goal. So if you have that motivation and that motivation or goal, it'll get you to where you need to be and what you need to do. And I would say the one of the last things, is you don't want to overdo it. Sometimes people try to build a habit and they're like, I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to finish it. That's not going to help you in the long run. You got to pace yourself. You got to say, okay, one step at a time. All right. And you may have a shortcoming, you may fail. You may be like, oh, I smoked a cigarette because I was trying to quit cigarettes, or I had another anxiety attack because I have really bad anxiety. Like you're going to have setbacks. Everyone's not perfect. It's just not how things work, and you just have to figure out the best way that, you can build this habit without, messing up overall. And I would say another thing you can do is take one step at a time. Like I was saying before with the, overdoing things. You don't want to go into something and keep going right into it. You want to like pace yourself, like I said, and pacing yourself takes a lot of fortitude, and it takes you a lot of, it takes you into your mind more so, and it takes you like to be more present and to focus on what you're doing at that moment. And that'll put you past that looking in the past like that you failed. That'll put you past looking in the future like, I don't know if I can get this goal. It'll put you in the present, and living in the present is one of the most important things in our lives and what we need to do. If we live in the present the majority of the time, we have a more happy life, because we can't control things in the future. We can't control things in the past. And that overall gives you an overall perspective of, if you can accomplish things or not. If you have a good habit and you're sticking with it and you're doing well, it gives you confidence. And in the end, you'll be able to accomplish that good habit. But if you're sticking to a good habit and then you like take 3 days and then you switch to another bad habit and then you like forget about your good habit and then you don't do it anymore, that's not going to help you in the long run, because it's going to make you, be wishy-washy with what you want. And also, I would say building a good habit also promotes good decision making. Because when you make good decisions, you're putting yourself in a position where I'm committing to this, I'm doing this because this is the right thing to do and this is what I want to do. And that makes your decision making overall better mentally. So building a good habit in general helps your, mental capacity also, and helps your mental decisions, because we all have decisions in our lives to make, and committing to decisions is probably one of the hardest things to do in our life, because commitment is very hard. And it's something that we have to wake up every day and we have to, commit to the day. And sometimes we're just like, I don't want to do this. There's times where you feel sick and I don't want to do this because I'm sick. Or there's times where you don't want to go to something because X and Y person is there. There's so many different things that can cause issues like with your habits, and so many things that can deter you. But don't let that ever stop you from achieving your goals, achieving your habits, and building a good habit in general. So thank you for watching Clutch Entertainment today. I hope this habit advice could help you out, and maybe one of these things could help promote building a good habit in general. And if you have any questions, you can subscribe below and comment in the comment section below. And if you have any additional questions, you can always reach out to me via the comment section. And I'm so glad that you were here to watch me, and thank you very much for watching Clutch Entertainment, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.